Cancer. I'm here to give you a wild card read straight from the hip with lots of lip, and we're just going to dip into your energy and see what's coming towards you. What do you need to be aware of in this moment? This is a timeless read for any strong Cancer placement. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, or a significant placement in that fourth house. Also, if you are a Capricorn rising, that makes you a Cancer descendant. And this message is for you too. Message finds you when you're meant to receive it. Flip-flop rolls as you need to. You are going to know how the message is speaking to you. And we're going to open up with a little kind of tap into the energy with the Arcane BS deck. So let's see what's coming in for you. Things are probably getting a little unusual in your neck of the woods right now for the Arcane BS deck to come in. Things might be seeming a little surreal. Okay, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck here. Everything's fine. So I feel like you are facing some kind of ending. It's a big deal. You know, you might be putting on kind of a brave face. There might be some kind of energy looping back around. I just got, it's sort of like settling a score kind of energy here, all right? There is something destructive at play. There is an ending that needs to happen here. It's got the feeling of kind of like settling an old kind of grudge energy and sort of finishing it off once and for all. But there is sort of this, I don't know, I got kind of like Wile E. Coyote energy around it, where maybe somebody thought that they were really going to pull a fast one and then they end up kind of chasing their own tail and making a mess for themselves. All right, so let's see what this is about. We're going to go ahead and get a baseline energy on the floor. With this, everything's fine. I think whoever this person is that is dealing with this destruction, they're definitely putting on brave face. You wouldn't know that they're going through anything by the way they're showing up. And we do have the anthropomorphic carrot here, all right? So I feel like this was a golden carrot that was dangling for a long time. It was something you really wanted. In some cases, it might be a stand-in. The anthropomorphic carrot might be a stand-in for some amazing D, like once in a lifetime D. Maybe somebody was getting a little bit of this D and then it got cut off. Maybe you cut it off. Ooh, there was a block there. I am working with my StreamYard service, but I paid for it, and I'm not going to just like give it up. Not when I already paid for this month. If I have to let it go next, that's fine, but I already paid for it, so I'm going to get my fill. Maybe there's a little part of you that's a little reticent to cut this off. This could be some kind of dalliance, sexual attraction, connection. You might know that it's something that needs to be cut off, or maybe you shouldn't indulge in or entertain, but at the same time, it has a draw, it has a pull. I do feel like, this is kind of like corded in, though. It's got that kind of energy, like you might need to do some energetic release around this, okay? I also feel like maybe this person kind of gave the promise of some kind of fulfillment. Maybe they were being a bit of a seductor, and then they kind of like pulled the energy back, like last minute, like maybe made you jump through hoops. It's kind of got that kind of energy to it, all right? Oh, yes, here we go. This does have something to do with some kind of romantic situation, love offer here. We have the pupa vomiting on cats. So, this is pretty self-explanatory here. I think that, this is somebody that has a lot of secrets. They probably have a lot of secret connections too. You may always feel like you kind of have to look over your shoulder because you just, you feel like there's a lot that's hidden about this individual. You may suspect that they have like a double life, like a secret life, something that they don't really share with you or others for that matter, I just got this piece here that some of you may suspect that they're in some kind of sex industry, okay? It's possible. This is an adult channel, okay? So if you're not at least 18 years old, you shouldn't be here. We do talk about adult things, which is why I keep these for pretty much late night for the most part, unless what I have to bring in is relatively tame, okay? But there is something here, you know, I do feel like there was a lot of chemistry, a lot of attraction with this individual. You might, or they might kind of, you know, enjoy experimenting, maybe are also attracted to both sexes. You know, there's something here, like you feel like there's an aspect to this person that's kept really on the down low, something that's been kind of secretive. You've been wanting to connect with this person, but you feel like all you get is like these half-price hot wings, you know? It's just like sort of a side dish. And at that, you know, when we think of half-price hot wings, they've been sitting in that 7-Eleven, you know, roasting case for how long? They're all dried out. It's like not exactly something that really whets the appetite. You know what I'm saying? So this might be like sort of feeling like you were promised, you know, the whole enchilada, and then all you ended up with was a side. This might be a person that has a lot of sides. I do feel like they offered you some kind of love, if you can define it as that, but it came with a lot of stuff attached to it. And I think energetically to you, it wasn't feeling right. You may have even noticed that you were having some stuff go on in your body after connecting with this person. You might have even felt like you went through almost like a physical purging, you know, after you were with this person. Maybe you started having like a lot of digestive issues, or just, you know, feminine issues. And I mean things like cramping and things related to your cycle. Maybe your cycle was really heavy, and you almost had this like connecting point in your mind where you're like, I feel like my body is like shedding the energy of connecting with this person. You know, sometimes we do take on energy. It's one of the easiest ways to take on energy when we're connecting with somebody intimately. So if you are having this feeling and you've been noticing that, you know, you just haven't been feeling your best physically, sometimes it does get worked out. You know, this is what they would call in the medical, you know, field, psychosomatic, you know, like, oh, it's all in your head. No, it's not all in your head. It's just that you're not dealing with a medical problem per se. You're dealing with a spiritual problem. There's a whole different means of addressing that. Okay, so of course, you know, spiritual baths are always a good way to go. You know, we've talked about that many times. 2 cups baking soda, 2 cups sea salt or Epsom salt, old Edgar Cayce remedy, works like a charm. All right, there's a lot of different ways that you can clear your energy out. You know, you may even want to take something internally. You know, I'm getting raspberry leaf is coming in really strongly as a plant ally for this, just to balance the feminine. It feels to me like the feminine needs to be balanced in this situation, right? And when I say the feminine, this could also mean that, you know, you could be a masculine and connected with the feminine, and you feel like you got this kind of gunky energy clinging to you. And so it's just highlighting that for you. Again, you may feel that this person also likes to entertain the same sex. You may feel that they're on the down low. You may feel that they live kind of a double life, and that there's other people in this situation. I would say that, yeah, there's some secretive stuff here. There's definitely some other action going on that you're not aware of. But the main point is you felt like you were promised something, or you had it built up in your mind to be a lot more than it turned out to be. All right, so there is something that needs to be cut off here. It may have seemed like a golden carrot, you know, when it came your way at first. You met him, might have been like, hey, what's up, doc, you know, and now you're like Wile E. Coyote, you know, you're sort of like always chasing the proverbial roadrunner, the roadrunner being the prize, you know, this golden carrot. But I just feel like it just wasn't, yeah, it was more a robo-dodo, you know. Anyway, you know, I don't need to deal with this betrayal, backstabbing, all this. I would much rather just deal with, you know, I'll just deal with an electric device, thank you, you know, or something I can put batteries in, you know, that'll fulfill me just fine. I'd rather deal with that and take care of myself than deal with this stupid A stuff. I'm trying to be a little bit better about my swearing, not trying to swear so much, you know, and trying to clean up my act just a little bit, not too much, right? Let's see. Okay, tell us more about this. Tell us more about this for Cancer. What else does Cancer need to know in this situation? What else does Cancer need to know in this situation? I need to just come up with really creative cuss words. Yeah, I mean, I think this looked like something ideal. We got the beefcake in reverse. I mean, I just see that these cups are totally being spilled out here. This might be somebody who likes to showboat a lot, you know. They might really value the physical appearance of things. You might even feel they're a little bit superficial. I mean, I feel like you think that this is like donezo. You just don't think it's good enough. You know, you want something a little bit more. With this coming up in reverse, I do feel like there was some kind of ending here, but I think because of pride, you know, this person might come around again and want to have another go. Not only that, I also feel like they have been keeping their eyes on you. If you think that they're not paying attention to what you're doing, they are. I don't know why I got this, but I just got remote viewing coming in too. So I don't know if this person is, you know, adept when it comes to like psychic skills or if they do any kind of like alchemy work. But I do feel like they've been trying to get a look into your energy, kind of like get a feel for where you're at, maybe a little bit of investigative work. Yeah, they might be kind of like checking you out on social media, maybe asking around a little bit. It does got some of those vibes. Okay, let me see what else is going to come in around this. So it looks like old beefcake's going to be coming around, you know. You may feel like beefcake comes around as sort of like a stand-in for this person. Maybe it's a friend of theirs or something doing a little intel. I don't know why I got that, like a wingman, you know. I don't know. You think there's something suspicious about it though. You feel like more eyes are on you or more people are invested in this exchange when this person comes your way. Oh yes, it's multi-layered here with card of cards, card of cards, card of cards. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to view this situation, for sure. And I don't know why. See this? I don't know. I just got this, but I got like Windows open on a computer, and like every window is tuned into you. It's like the Truman Show, and you're the star, all right? Like you're on a reality TV show. Somebody's really invested in what you're doing right now, and they are paying attention to it. And it does have this vibe with somebody like doing some research online. You know, I got that. And maybe having multiple and the block came in just there. So I think that I'm on track with something in relation to that. Let's do a cut of the deck here, and then I'm going to pull out, I think, my glow in the dark playing cards. I don't usually use those, but let's get some more illumination here. Oh yeah, man. I mean, this is a feral nerd. I don't know. This could be somebody who's like really into like, you know, all the typical quote unquote nerd stuff. They might be into Star Wars, Star Trek, you know, cosplay, you know, going to all the different, you know, comic book, you know, gatherings. They might be into D&D, like they might like to play video games, this kind of thing. I feel like they're also really an intellectual. They may come off a certain way that seems like they're sort of unassuming, but really, like, they got motivation here. They are feral, they are turned on, and they're ready for some action. I think this person might be sending somebody in to talk to you, to kind of like gauge the temperatures, see where you're at. I say that because we got the rabbit here, and rabbit's about fear, all right? So there's some kind of nervousness this person has in approaching you directly. So instead, they make it really freaking awkward and weird by kind of spying on you and then sending in people to kind of talk on their behalf, like in school. Like in school, when, you know, when you're in high school and somebody would have their friend come up to you and go, oh, you know, my friend so-and-so really likes you. It's got this kind of vibe. It's like they feel like they can't approach you directly for some reason. So maybe there was some kind of falling out or something. Ugh, like I'm telling you, I don't think that you're not aware of this. And just notice here, there is this ambiguity again. You could also be dealing with somebody who's fluid, you know, it's possible. All right. But I do feel like there's something about this person, and it's in direct relation to their sexuality that you suspect, but you're not totally aware of. It's something that's kind of like a little on the down low or hidden, but it's adding sort of a compromising development in your connection, because you feel like there's a lot of secrets here, and so stuff is being sort of misrepresented. It's making the energy feel murky and strange between the two of you. And also you feel like there's more people involved here. And so I do think that this is something that is like really coming in front and center. I also feel like there is need for you to cut off this energetic attachment. You know, I think that this individual does know how to get like corded in very easily to you. But in order for them to be able to do that, there might be something that you're, you know, you're wanting from them as well. It's usually like a contract that's entered into willingly. Somebody can't just cord into you. You have to have an agreement with the energy. I could almost see this as being like kind of like an astral sex sort of situation. Like maybe you're able to connect with somebody on that level. You might know that, you know, it's not really good for me to indulge in this because it makes it really messy. The energy gets enmeshed. I take on stuff that's not mine. Then I feel attached to them. Then I notice that things in my life just start to kind of implode. In fact, you know, this may be the way that this person kind of taps in and siphons your energy. It's got that vibe. It's a little parasitic. It's a little leeching, okay? And there's definitely something here about maybe stepping also as well, feminine, stepping more into your masculine energy in this situation, not being so receptive to it, maybe taking a stronger stance, maybe saying no, kind of cutting this off or demanding the truth. And I do feel like you do need to do some kind of like clearing work, some cutting of these ties that bind, all right? Likewise, if you suspect that somebody's done some binding work on you because they felt your energy pulling away and they're like, no, come back. You know, there could be a little bit of that action going on as well. But I do feel like there's something here that really needs to be addressed. You may have gone out the last time you went out with this person. You may have went out for seafood, or you went somewhere, they had calamari, you had calamari. I don't know. This is sushi possibly coming in as a side note. Okay, somebody really likes calamari. I feel like that's a clue here for somebody. So I just wanted to bring that in. Let's go ahead and pull out these cards for around here, these glow in the dark playing cards, just to get sort of like a little expansion on the energy here before we wrap this up for you. Cancer. What does Cancer need to know about this situation? So you got some feral nerd. He's feeling randy, or they're feeling randy. You know, they're ready to get going with action, but they're still a little shy. They feel awkward because of what went down between the two of you, you know, and there's something here too that I think they know they kind of misstepped in some way. Maybe you found something, you questioned them about it, and they kind of tried to like sidestep the issue. They didn't want to face it directly. And so since then, they've been kind of like laying low. They're getting the temperature. I feel like they're sending in a wingman. They're sending in a friend, you know, to kind of like feel things out. Like, are you even receptive to talking to me? So let's see what we got here. Ooh, yeah. I mean, something came to an end here. I do feel like something was revealed to you. Maybe you saw something, you saw a post, something came up online, you know. Something I feel like it has something to do with like the written word, a text, you know, something like this, messages, and it just didn't sit right with you. It made you have a bunch of questions about the situation. You felt like, I really got to cut this off. It might have even kind of like really hit a sensitive place in you. You cut it off rather abruptly. All right, so let me see if I get any more details coming in here about this. Any more illumination for Cancer in regard to this situation with this feral nerd and the beefcake who's coming in to feel things out? All right, we do have some crossing energies here. All right, we have 9 of clubs coming in the reverse, to the Ace of Hearts here, to the King of Spades, to the Ace of Spades. So I do feel like this is an ex. This is somebody that you've been involved with before. They could potentially have a strong air sign placement. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I pick up Aquarius very strongly. All right. Things did come to an end here. For a while, you really were kind of like standing guard, you know, you felt like this person was going to come back at you, or maybe you just weren't receptive to having them come around. But with the 9 of clubs in reverse here, I feel like you've recently kind of like let your guard down. You might have energetically let your guard down. And just as you do that, here's going to come this offer of love. I feel like this person is going to step to you and they want to see what they can make happen here. What do we got here? We got the 5 of spades to the 2 of spades. I feel like you're going to be prone to block this energy because you feel like they betrayed you. You feel like they'll do it again. All right. Are you right about that? Let's see. Let's do a cut of the deck. Jack of diamonds. To the Ace of clubs in reverse, you're like, nope. If you're really serious about wanting a new beginning with me, then you can take it nice and slow, but I don't want that carrot right now, all right? So there ain't going to be any action in between the sheets. And I think that right there will solve the whole dilemma for you.